Our story begins at the World Cup final of 2003. Disaster struck. Ricky Ponting and his men blasted away the Indians.
That's the end of Sourav Ganguly.
The World Cup dream would have to wait. Move to the World Cup 2011. It was going to be played at home, and the expectations from a cricket-crazy India were mind-boggling. But 3 years earlier, something had changed. Gary Kirsten had become coach of India. His training methods, not only intensely physical, but also psychological. The first step was to make each player envision success. The next stage would be the game plan, then the strategies around it. In fact, the couple of series wins India had in those 3 years gave them the confidence to dream big. Through the league and knockout matches, there would be more pressure on this Indian team than on any other. But Dhoni and Kirsten knew there was only one way to win. Dream it, do it, be future ready. The best way to bring home the World Cup. It's called success imaging. You have to see yourself winning, no matter what the pressure. And India had done it before. That's why the first consultant to talk to the team was no cricketer at all. He was a weather-beaten 45-year-old called Mike Horn. Horn was an extreme sports adventurer. He had climbed one of the highest Himalayan mountains, had canoed down the 7,000-kilometer Amazon hunting for food, walked to the North Pole without dog sleds or snowmobiles. He'd sailed alone around the Arctic Circle. In his game, if you did not do it, you would die. He offered the team a unique perspective. You had to image success strongly in your head. Play to win as if you believed it. It worked. From then on, Dhoni's boys talked about when they would win the cup, not if. The action plan was specific. Motivation sessions, training to address strengths and weaknesses. Game plans for opponents' teams became individual and precise. Fielding, bowling, batting, and fitness. The plan covered it all. There were no easy matches in the group stage, especially against South Africa and England. Yet they came back strongly. They stuck to their plan and their dream. Mistakes were analyzed. While India's catching was excellent, the on-ground fielding was poor. Even up to 12 unforced errors in a match. But the dream of doing it spurred them on. Knockout stage. The team was to face that old nemesis, Ricky Ponting and his Australians, in the quarter-final.
Australia, who decided to bat first.
But this time, Dhoni's 11 played like men who knew they would win. Unforced errors dropped to just 5. The bowlers and the batsmen raised the bar with sheer self-belief. They dominated Australia, winners of the last 3 World Cups, and they sent Ricky and his men home.
And it's an emphatic win for India.
The semi-final was an even higher pressure affair.
One thing for sure, it's a big game and it's a very important game.
It was India versus Pakistan. Two nations were screaming for victory. The presence of both heads of state only added to the frenzy. The story began with a batting explosion. The pressure showed on the Pakistanis, not on the Indians. Then our bowling attack, scoffed at by the Pakistanis, bowled devastatingly. They were walking the walk of winners. They were doing the dream. As Gary Kirsten said, I did believe they would win, and the players knew I believed that. So when the big final began, the Sri Lankans knew that they were the underdogs against a team that was quietly dreaming it and doing it.
When you're playing the Indian team and looking at the batsmen they have, anything under 350 seems, not enough.
And that is what they did.
Finishes off in style. A magnificent strike into the crowd. India lift the World Cup.
It's the proudest moment of my life.
The parties start in the dressing room.
Especially Mike Horn, who's joined us, worked on our mental side and to deal with expectations and pressure. So I think that has really helped.
Well, he's carried the burden of the nation for 21 years, so it's time we carried him on our shoulders.
I know we discussed 1 year before that we will play the finals and we will win the final.
Love you, India! Jagta India!
This was the goal that we wanted to achieve.
Dream it, do it. Be future ready.